श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नाम श्रेष्ठं मनमपि शचिपुत्रमत्र स्वरूपं रूपं तस्याग्रजपुरपुरीं माथुरीं गोष्ठवाटिं राधाकुण्डं गिरिवरमहो राधिका माधवाशा प्राप्तो यस्य कृपया श्रीगुरुं तं नतोऽस्मि। नमस्ते गुरुदेवाय सर्वसिद्धिप्रदायिने।
Hare Krishna Maj. Pranams, we can't hear you. Sorry, dear devotees, I think Raj is having signal problems, so we'll wait for him to join back again. Sorry about that.
No, sorry, this misconnection.
No problem, Raj.
So,
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So we are discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, and Srimad Bhagavatam is a very important book. uh, and so, first of all, offer millions of blessings to Sweet Bhaktivedanta Sannyasi Shishya Bhaktivedanta Dandy Maharaj, Nikila Prabhupada Guru Shishya Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, my Gurudev, and Shri Srimad Das Prabhuji, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मृतं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय कुदाले कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। नमः विष्णुपादाय राधिकाय प्रियात्मने श्री श्रीमद्भक्तिवेदान्त नारायण की नामिनि श्री कृष्ण लीला कथने सुदक्षिण औदार्य माधुर्य गुणक्षोत्रम परम वरेण्यं पुरुषं महन्तं नारायणं तं शिरसा नमामि। तपेन्द्रिणां भक्त शिरोमणिं च श्री कृष्ण पदाब्ज धृतै करोति चैतन्य लीलामृत सार सारं नारायणं तं। So we are discussing verse today. Kallashishamam arhasyam ganuvarnitum yasyavtaro bhutanam क्षेमाय च भवाय च। ये सूज्य जिनका अवतार अथवा आविर्भाव जीवों के परम कल्याण तथा उनके भगवत प्रेम की समृद्धि के लिए होता है, हम उन श्री वासुदेव की अवतार लीलाओं को सुनना चाहते हैं। So here you'll see that Srila, um, all the sages, 88,000 sages headed by Shaunak Rishi, they are requesting Suta Goswami that please narrate to us the pastimes of the incarnation of Sri Vasudeva. Because the incarnation of Vasudeva is for the bringing the auspiciousness to all the living entities. And also to bring Bhagavad Prem, to enhance the Bhagavad Prem. आप कृपा पूर्वक हमारे लिए उनका वर्णन कीजिए. So please narrate to us the sweet pastimes of Vasudeva. आपन्ना संस्कृति घोराम यन्नाम विवशो गृणन तथा सद्यो विमुच्येत यद विभेति स्वयं भयम। जन्म मृत्यु रूप भयंकर संसार में पतित मानव यदि विवश होकर भी भगवान के नाम का उच्चारण कर ले तो वे तुरंत ही संसार से मुक्त हो जाते। So here it is told that any person, any human being who has fallen in the ferocious cycle of repeated birth and death, like birth and death. And helplessly he will utter the name of Krishna. Then he will become free from this material existence. So now there was a Ukraine war, and then there are, obviously there is some bickering going on Indo-China border, and Pakistan, India always bickering. So the point is, the life is very scary. Life is very scary these days. Previously, before Modi government came, there were many terrorist attacks also. I remember in Bangalore, there was a pressure cooker bomb. There was a very dangerous attack on 26/11 in Taj Hotel in Mumbai. So everyone is actually worried what will happen to me. But here the formula is given. Apanna Sanskriti Goram Yannam Vivosho Gunang Stato Sadhya Vimucheta Yad Viveti Bhayam Swayam. So even if you are caught up in a very ferocious circumstance, you have one escape. There is one escape. Like in New York, I have seen that there is to be a fire drill, and fire drill they used to show us like many companies I worked for in Wall Street and other places. There is inevitably there is to be a fire drill, where to escape from in case of a fire. So in India also I have seen a fire drill. It is a very essential things. But what will you do if you are caught up in a fire, forest fire? Like when Srila Gurudev went to Ukraine, there was a forest fire throughout Russia. That time Ukraine and Russia was made one country. And everywhere there was fire. Miles and miles there was fire. Even where Srila Gurudev was giving class in Odessa, in Ukraine, they could smell the smoke. So what will you do? If small fire is there, you can use fire brigade, call the fire brigade. But the entire forest is on fire, what will you do? And you are in the middle of such a fire. So then you can take the name of Sri Krishna. भगवान के नामों का ऐसा प्रभाव है कि जिनसे यम और यमदूतों की बात किया, स्वयं भय काल महाकाल भी भयभीत होता रहता है. So the name of Bhagwan not only scares Yamaraj and Yamadutas, even the time personified, the fear personified is afraid of the names of Bhagwan. So that is the power of Bhagwan's name. So when everyone has to go take only one route, whether devotees or non-devotees, they have to pass through the abode of Yamaraj. But when devotees pass through the abode of Yamaraj, he will show them very mild, very beautiful form, and he will also respect them, highly respect them. While non-devotees, when they go to the abode of Yamaraj, he shows them a ferocious face and really tortures them. So the names are so powerful that you don't have to worry about Yamadutas and the servants of Yamaraj. You don't have to worry about anything. Even the fear is afraid of Bhagwan's names. So, ka pareta nagari purandara, ka bhaveta tadiya kinkara, Krishnam jagate ka mangalam, kantha pitham urari karoti chit. Okay, chanting the name of Krishna, then what Yamaraj will do to us and what Yamadutas will do to us.
Dandavat pranam.
Dandavat dandavats. So, Kulashekar Arora also has told that if the potent name of Narayan is there, why you have to be afraid of Yamaraj? Mahavir Manda Mano Vichinte Bhuda Yamishiram Yatana Namina Prabhamanti Paparipava Swami Nanu Shridhara Alasyam Vapaniya Bhaktu Sulabham Dhyayasva Narayanam Lokanam Rasanapanodhanakaram Dasasya Kim Lakshana. So don't be lazy. Whether lying down or eating, you should chant Narayana Narayana Hari 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 Sharanam Hari Sharanam Hari Sharanam Hari Sharanam, or any name. Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Sita Ram Hanuman Sita Ram Hanuman. Or if you are devotee of Radha Krishna, then Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai. And if you are a follower of
Prabhu,
Mahaprabhu, you are follower of Mahaprabhu, then Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Whatever your sampradaya teaches you, whatever faith you are in, utter that name. No harm. If you are in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, you can chant Narayana Nam. If you are in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, you chant Hare Krishna mantra. Either way, any name, every name of God is all powerful. Nam Nam Kari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatra Arpita Niyamita Smarnena Kala Etadrishi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrishaya Janina Anuragam. All the power is stored in the holy names. Unfortunately, I have no faith in the holy names. Sri Anirudh Prabhuji also tells a lot of people come to him with some fruitive desires. They tell him that I am not able to get married, or not getting a job. It simply tells them to chant the Hare Krishna mantra. And their work is done. They get whatever they want. Because Nam Chintamani, Nam is the touchstone. Whatever wish you have, it will fulfill your wish. And if you don't desire anything, it will only bestow Krishna Prem or Radha Dasyam upon you. Because why we are not able to pursue the Radha Krishna's Nikunja Leela? The reason we are not able to see Radha Krishna's Nikunja Leela is only because our heart
Wait,
is.
no, no volume. Can't hear.
Yeah. Is everyone perceiving the same? Is the
No,
volume
Manj, we can
less?
hear you.
We can hear, we can hear.
I think
No, we
maybe
can
Didi,
hear.
I'll
I
buy
think
you. I'll buy you. I'll buy you one earphone. Okay.
mm,
Maybe you have to plug in your phone. I think you'll be able to hear. Yes. Thank you. So, so point I'm making is that because our heart is unclean, and as a result, we are not able to see the Nikunja Leela. When our heart will be clean, we'll be able to see Radha Krishna's pastimes. Obviously, our aim and object is Radha Dasyam. We don't want anything more, anything less. Exactly, we want Radha Dasyam. But how will we go there? Through Nama Sankirtan. Yat Pada Sangshraya Suta Munaya Prashramayana Sadhya Punantyupasprushta Swardhanya Puanusevaya. हे सूत जी, भगवान के चरण कमलों का आश्रय ग्रहण करने वाले तथा उनमें निष्ठा युक्त श्री शुकादि मुनियों के निकट मात्र जाने से, अर्थात उनके दर्शन मात्र करने से ही वे उसी क्षण ही लोगों को पापों से मुक्त करके पवित्र कर देते हैं। जबकि गंगा की बहुत समय तक साक्षात सेवा करने से, अर्थात दीर्घ काल तक गंगा का स्पर्श और उसमें स्नान आदि करने के बाद ही वो पवित्र करती है। सो this particular verse is encouraging us to go very close to the devotees. We have to hear Hari Katha. From who we have to hear Hari Katha? From great sages like Shukdev Goswami. We should hear Hari Katha. Because Shri Shukdev Goswami has taken shelter at the lotus feet of Bhagwan, and is fully dedicated to Bhagwan. So if you simply have darshan of someone like Shukdev Goswami or Srila Gurudev, Sri Dandi Maharaj, Sri Aniruddha Prabhuji, what will happen? Simply people who are sinful will feel purified. They simply purify the people of all their sins. So while you will have to do lot of service to Ganga, means you'll have to go to Ganga, offer arati, then offer flowers, do obeisances, take bath, take achuman, then then hear the glories of Ganga, and every day you'll have to take bath in Ganga for years and years together. You have to take bath in Ganga. It is not easy to take bath in Ganga. That is the point actually I'm making. That it is now easy. Now I would love to take bath in Ganga. Um, this is the right season because it's hot. But imagine you have to take bath in the Ganga in the month of March. And I had taken bath in Ganga, the confluence of Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati, when I was doing Shraddha to one old lady, unknown old lady. I'd never seen her, but some my friends were doing, so I also joined. And I took a dip in. It was very cold out there, very very cold. But sadhus, you can wear sweater and go and have darshan of sadhus. Now, like Sripad Dandi Maharaj went to Vijayawada. There they are doing a very big yajna today, and they are doing a Nama yajna also and fire sacrifice. So he's going to participate in that one. So anyone can have his darshan. And Sri Niruddha Prabhuji has decided to stay in Gurgaon for 1 month for benefit of the residents of Gurgaon and other people in vicinity. So those who have the darshan of these great saintly persons, certainly they'll be benefited. But there are no hard and fast rule that you have to wear certain dress code. You can wear sweater, you can put on a shawl if it's cold, or you can wear a simple T-shirt and go. uh, if it is very hot, either way. Sadhu's only qualification is you have to have faith in the sadhu, and you have to have willing to hear Hari Katha patiently. Then they will purify you. And you should have a mood of service also. Not challenging mood. Show me God, not like that. सुको वा भगवतस्तस्य पुण्यश्लोकेऽद्य कर्मणा शुद्धिकामो न शृणुयाद्यशा कलिमलापहम्. नो आत्म शुद्धि का इच्छुक ऐसा कौन सा व्यक्ति है जिसके लिए पावन चरित्र देवताओं के पूज्य उरुक्रम भगवान का कली काल के कलमश को हरण करने वाला पवित्र ऐसा गान श्रवणीय नहीं है. So everyone wants purification of the soul. I want to get rid of my sins, cleanse my heart, and develop a propensity to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, what is the means of cleansing the heart and purifying the heart and developing devotion? One has to listen to the pastimes of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Now, in this particular verse, Bhagavan Sri Krishna has been addressed as Urukrama. Uru means great, and Krama means steps. So Krishna is called Urukrama because Krishna quickly walks to meet the gopis. There are many meanings of the word Urukrama. And the pastimes of Bhagavan Urukrama or Bhagavan Sri Krishna, they are purifying the even demigods. Because demigods also worship Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Urukram was the name of Sri Padmanabh Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Padmanabh Maharaj, senior Bhaktivedanta Padmanabh Maharaj, because now there is also junior Padmanabh Maharaj. Vijay Krishna Prabhu is also called Padmanabh Maharaj. But I am talking about the disciple of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, who was known as Urukrama Prabhu. So he had given this name Urukrama Prabhu. Now every spiritual master has some speciality. They name their disciples as per particular standard or pattern. I have seen Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. He gave unique names to his disciples. Many of those names were like from Vishnu Sahasranam. So one of the names of Vishnu is Ukrama. And I have seen many of his disciples, their names were based on Vishnu Sahasranam. But Srila Gurudev, especially his names were based on Brajabhav. Because Srila Gurudev was so much into Ragamaga Bhakti. And so Bhagavan is called Urukrama. Urukrama Chittayana. In Gopi Gita, in 10th canto of Bhagavatam also the name Urukrama comes. So if you hear the pastimes of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, it wipes away the contamination of Kali Yuga. Now Kali Yuga is now very dangerous. Now what is going on, you don't know. If you watch the news for 5 minutes, you get you fall in depression actually. The last thing you want to do is spoil your mood is watch the news. When you hear the news, it just you immediately get a bout of depression. So avoid the news, especially the headlines. They will always depress you. Any country, not only in India, I have seen in America, South Africa, Europe, everywhere, in Russia also. No news is good news. That is what they say. That's why Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada used to say that if this tiny planet, the Earth planet, which is a small insignificant planet in the insignificant Brahmanda, which is headed by the four-headed Brahma, and there are much bigger Brahmandas and much bigger planets. If this small Earth planet can produce so many newspapers, support this, gives fodder for so many newspapers and news channels and the breaking news, what to speak of the spiritual sky? Why we cannot have even one newspaper in Braj or in Navadvip or in Jagannath Puri, which will daily publish the news about Sri Krishna? The one person who started such a newspaper was revolutionary sannyasi Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. And he started this daily Dainik Nadia Prakash. And people used to challenge him. Sir, will you be able to run this newspaper? Because where will you get the news every day you have to print? Then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada used to say that, are you not publishing Amrit Bajar Patrika, Anand Bajar Patrika, the Telegraph, the Times of India, the Indian Express, the Hindu from India? This small country like India, so many newspapers are being published. Government is giving them the newspaper at a concessional price, cutting all the bamboos and trees. What are they printing basically? There was a murder, there was a burglary, there was a sabotage, and whatever it is, change the date and change the names, change the names of characters and the date and location, and the same news is being recycled again and again. Punah punah charvita charvanana. But I can guarantee you, that Srila Vedavyas and other devotees like Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Kavi Karnapur, they have written so much so much literature that even if you read everyday new pastime, still you'll never be able to exhaust. Still, you'll not be able to exhaust. Like when I hear, say, someone like, Premdas Shastri ji or Rajendra Das Maharaj, or any sadhu for that matter, Ram Bhadracharya ji, Vinod Baba ji, or, Shripa Dandi Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj, or Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Maharaj, Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj, and so many sadhus now with YouTube. And you get to hear newer and newer and newer and newer pastimes from them. Yesterday I was listening to Sri Rajendra Das Maharaj Katha. He was telling that this earth is called Medini. This earth is called Medini. What is Medini means? Meda means the body fat. When Lord Vishnu, he killed two demons, Madhu and Kaitab. The whole earth, they were such huge, humongous demons that the whole earth was covered by their body fat. So this earth became impure. Because imagine if some place is covered with the body fat of some demon, will that earth be pure? So you cannot perform any fire sacrifice on the earth until and unless that particular place is covered with the cow dung. And that is the reason when we perform fire sacrifice, we always use cow dung. Because Sripad Dandi Maharaj Mutt also I have seen that it is a must to use cow dung. So they take the cow dung and they plaster it around the bricks. And then the sacrificial pit or sacrificial pit becomes ready for fire sacrifice. Right? So the point I'm making is that cow is so important. Cow is so important. So I never heard like this. But Rajendra Das Maharaj has read in some Purana and he told like this pastime. And so many pastimes about different sadhus and mind blowing pastimes. Mind blowing pastimes. So what I'm saying is that we should not think that it is repetitive and boring and all like that. We cannot find an end to all the Vedic literatures that are available for us for reading. Um, So we must try to hear Sri Krishna's glorification daily. Tasya karmanyudarani parigitani suribhi bruhina shaddadhananam leelayadattala. Now today Premdas Shastriji was telling, I was listening to his Gaur Purnima lecture on YouTube. Shastriji was telling that with Advaita Acharya, once he was offering tulsi leaf in the Ganges. He was worshiping the Supreme
Maharaj,
Lord.
video is lagging. Video is not being proper screen. Yes, now it's been screened.
Okay, the video is not clear. Okay.
Yes,
Maybe um, this is Vrindavan. Maybe the the bandwidth is not correct. Okay, so excuse me because this is a village. I experience also bandwidth problem here. Yeah. So I hope it will be okay soon. So point I'm making Premdas Shastri was telling that when Krishna manifested as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that time Mother Shachi was carrying baby Nima in the womb. And Advaita was worshipping with tulsi leaf um, on the bank of the Ganges. and tulsi he offered in the Ganges, and that tulsi leaf went upstream and it entered in the womb of Mother Shachi. And means it was accepted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the womb. So like these pastimes. So many pastimes, wonderful pastimes, which we don't know. So it means that pass your time in pastimes. Srila Gurudev used to say, pass your time in pastimes. The pastimes, we should spend our time in remembering Krishna's pastimes and chanting his holy names. That is the whole purpose of all these pastimes. Anugrahaya bhaktanam manushim tanumashitam bhajate tadarshi kridaya shutva tatpara bhavat. That Bhagwan performs a sweet pastime so that we become inclined to serve him. तस्य कर्माण्युदाराणि परिगीतानि सूरिभिः ब्रूहि न श्रद्धानानां लीलया दत्तत्कला. स्वयं अवतारी भगवान श्री कृष्ण लीलावशता ही पुरुषावतारादि कला धारण. Now this is a very nice statement that Sri Krishna is not avatar. Like a lot of misconception goes on in India that Krishna is the eighth incarnation of Vishnu, and Vishnu is the supreme Lord, he is the source of all the incarnations. But that is a misconception. Jaydev Goswami Padi in Dashavatar Stotra has clearly told that Keshava Dhruta Dashavidha Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hari. That Bhagavan Sri Krishna took many incarnations like Vishnu and all. Purusha means three Vishnus. Karnodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. These three Vishnus are emanations from Sri Krishna. Not that Krishna is an emanation from Vishnu. So Krishna is present in Golok Vrindavan, while Shri Vishnu is present in the material world, or on the periphery of the material world and the spiritual world, if you are talking about Karnarnavachai Vishnu. So Bhagwan will manifest many different kalas. Kala means the plenary portions of the plenary portion is called kala. Amsha means plenary portion. Plenary means something which is complete, although minute but complete. But complete in itself is called plenary. So plenary, at first I couldn't understand the word plenary. What does it mean? But plenary means that something, if you say Vishnu is a portion of Krishna, then you may say that he may be an incomplete portion or he is not able to function on his own. So that is not the thing. Plenary portion means one who is independently able to function like this. For example, this material, this earth planet, we will say, is actually complete by itself. Do you agree or not? Everyone has to agree that Vrindavan Dham is complete by itself. It is complete. Because I see that I had to get oil because most of the oil which is sold in the market, Rajendras Maharaj told and Dandi Maharaj also told that it is having beef tallow and pork tallow and animal oil. So I went and personally ground the uh, mustard seeds. So villagers were bringing mustard seeds which they had cultivated in their fields. Oil is available, grains grow here. There is water, borewell water, although it is salty, somewhat salty, but they use RO here and then they purify it. So as such, Vrindavan doesn't need any help from outside. Every city and town and village can be self-sufficient that way. So what to speak of Earth planet? There is no doubt that Earth planet is also self-sufficient. We don't need any help from outside quarter, except for the sunlight and the moonlight, which we require because Earth doesn't have the effulgence of its own. So Bhagwan's incarnations also complete by themselves. So they are called, and the plenary portions of plenary portions. What do you mean by plenary portion of plenary portion? From Krishna came Balram. From Balram came the first Chaturvya, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudev, Sankarshan. And then from Vasudev comes Narayan. And from Narayan comes second manifestation, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva and Mahasankarshan. And from Mahasankarshan comes Mahavishnu. From Mahavishnu comes Garbhodakasha Vishnu. And from Garbhodakasha Vishnu comes Khirodakasha Vishnu. So in that sense, Vishnu is the plenary portion of the plenary portion of plenary portion. So that is called Kala. Technically, it is called Kala. So नारदारी देवगण उन भगवान की विश्व सृष्टि आदि रूप महान अथवा परमानंद प्रदान करने वाली जन्मादि लीलाओं का गान करते रहते हैं. So you'll see that the great sages like Narad, he always glorifies Bhagwan's pastimes of creation of the material world. Now you'll see that in Bible also there is some description of the creation. That in the beginning there was the word, and from word everything manifested. So it means that they are attributing the sound vibration to the creation. Means they are saying that everything came from the sound vibration. And that we agree. Because everything came from the sound of Krishna. And we also agree with the biblical version, because we also know that Brahma also got the ability to create. Rather, all the ingredients to create the material world or material planetary systems was present in the stem of the lotus emanating from the navel of Lord Vishnu. But Brahmaji didn't know how to create 14 planetary systems. He didn't have that potential. So when he chanted the Gopal mantra and Kam Gayatri, then he got the power to create the 14 planetary world, planetary systems. So he's the secondary creator. So Bhagwan performed so many pastimes, like creation of the material world. In Quran also there may be some account of how this world was created by Allah. Basically, Quran and Bible, they are somewhat, I would say that primary textbooks of religion, based on Vedas, but very simplified. For example, it will be futile to teach a kindergarten student that integral calculus, differential calculus, Poisson distribution or normal distribution, and operations research and linear programming. Although all those things exist, but first standard child, you have to teach him 1 + 1 is 2 and 2 + 2 is 4. That's sufficient. That's it. You don't teach them the higher concepts. So that's why basic concepts are taught to most of the religions outside India. But in India, the topmost science of Bhagavatam was given. So these pastimes of Bhagavan, especially the pastimes of Sri Krishna, taking birth from the womb of Mother Devaki or Yashoda, they give the topmost bliss to the devotees. I really see that when the day our Bhagavad Sapta was there, maybe fourth or fifth day, our Panditji, who had come from Shuktal in Anirudh Prabhu's village, he celebrated the birth of Sri Krishna. All were dancing, all were ecstatic. So really, even today, if you remember the Sri Krishna's pastime of birth, we feel ecstasy, because these pastimes are सच्चिदानंद like Sri Krishna. So उन सब लीलाओं का श्रवण करने के लिए हम श्रद्धावान बड़े उत्कंठित हो रहे हैं. What to speak of Sri Krishna's pastimes? We are also eager to hear about the birth of someone we like or someone we love. How you took birth, where you took birth, where did you were born, right? We ask these questions, and we are delighted knowing about our friends, where they took birth or like that. What to speak of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the origin of everything? How much bliss will be there in his pastimes? There will be unlimited bliss, no doubt about that. So these 88,000 sages are feeling great enthusiasm, curiosity, and they are becoming very eager to hear these pastimes. कृपया आप उनका वर्णन कीजिए. अथा ही हरेर धीमन अवतार कथा शुभा लीला विदत्ता स्वैरम ईश्वरस्यात्म मायया. हे बुद्धिमान सूत जी, भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने अपनी इच्छा शक्ति चित शक्ति योग माया के द्वारा स्वच्छंद रूप से जगत की स्थिति पालन के लिए भूभारण आदि मायातीत लीलाएं की है. अतः आप हमारे निकट भगवान के अवतारों की परम मंगलदायिनी कथाओं का वर्णन कीजिए. So now they are addressing Shri Suta Goswami as Buddhiman. Buddhiman or Dhiman. Dhiman, in another word for this is called Chatura. Chatura means one who is very intelligent. Jai Krishna bhaje se bada Chatura. Now someone may be very qualified, may be having many degrees. But if that person is not worshipping Sri Krishna, can we call him Buddhiman? What is the sign of real intelligence? The real sign of intelligence is that that person surrenders to Sri Krishna. Because there are a lot of colleges and schools which teach you how to save coat and trousers of a drowning man. Suppose there is I see on Juhu Beach, I'll be soon going to Mumbai, and I go to Juhu Beach and I see a man drowning. I jump in the ocean and I bring back that drowning man's coat and trousers. So people will not think that I am intelligent because I have saved the coat and trousers, but not the drowning person. So Suta Goswami is not that type of philanthropist or rescuer. He is not like that person. He is trying to save the soul of the living entities. That's why he's intelligent. He first save yourself and then try to save others. This is what Swami Maharaj used to say. That is the sign of intelligence. First, do bhajan yourself. And when your bhajan is mature, you also preach the benefits of chanting Hare Krishna mantra to your friends, relatives, colleagues, and acquaintances, and even novices and even strangers. No harm. भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने अपनी इच्छा शक्ति चित शक्ति योग माया के द्वारा स्वच्छंद रूप से जगत की स्थिति पालन के लिए भूभार हरण आदि मायातीत लीलाएं की. So Bhagwan has one ichha shakti. Ichha shakti means a potency that is willing. So willpower. Bhagwan, like we say, I have a willpower. So Bhagwan also has willpower. That is called ichha shakti. That is called chit shakti or yoga maya. Chit shakti or yoga maya. The yoga maya means Shri Krishna's potency which helps devotees meet him. So, for example, Dushtva Kumudamantam Akhanda Mandalam Ramananagam Navakunkumarunam Vanam Chatat Kovala Goviranjitam Jagaukadam Vamadrishamana. Bhagavan saw on the eastern horizon round disk of the moon, and he remembered the round face of Srimati Radharani, and immediately he began to play the flute to call the gopis. Did Krishna call the gopis or gopis called Krishna? It's not like that. Gopis did not call Krishna. Krishna needed the assistance of gopis. In order to fulfill his desires, he wanted the gopis. So you see that Krishna is also dependent on the gopis. This highlights the superiority of the gopis. So any pastime Sri Krishna wants to perform, he actually depends on Yoga Maya, Chit Shakti Yoga Maya. So Bhagwan performs his pastime Swachhanda Rup. Swachhanda Rup means no one is forcing him. He is not under obligation. Means God is for himself, by himself. Uh, like we say, what is democracy? Democracy is the government for itself, by itself, for the people, by the people, of the people. Like that is what they say. So Bhagwan is also like that. Bhagwan's pastimes are also for him, for his own pleasure. He is not under any pressure. He is called a transcendental autocrat. Transcendental autocrat. I was translating one book of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada's question and answers, and I said that there was actually some word, and there our editor Keshav Prabhu, he objected. He said Bhagwan is transcendental autocrat, and so like that, and we are his slaves. Basically, the Prabhupada was telling that we are the slaves of Bhagwan. So obviously, like some countries like America and also South Africa to certain degrees, they have the history of apartheid. And that's why modern citizens of those countries shudder even at the thought of using the words like slave, slavery. uh, but the slavery of Bhagwan is not like the slavery which was inflicted upon by the white rulers on the black natives or red Indians or the Indians who were taken from Bihar and other provinces for sugarcane work. It was not that type of slavery and that not that type of landlordship. Bhagwan is a loving master. He's a loving autocrat. Understand? But he's an autocrat, but he's a very loving autocrat. And in his slavery, no one wants to be anyone's slave in this world, right? Who really wants to be slave of anyone? For example, Garuda's mother, Vinata, she became slave of her means co-sister, means like her husband's second wife, Kadru, the mother of all snakes. So Garuda's mother became slave of mother of snakes. Garud tried his best to rescue his mother from slavery by bringing the pot of nectar. That's a long story. So no one really likes slavery. But Bhagwan is not inflicting that type of slavery upon us. He's the slave is also happy in spiritual world, and the landlord is also happy. Um, the grass which is eaten by the cow is also happy, and the cow who's eating the grass is also happy. In material world, it's not the case. The grass who's getting eaten by the cow is feeling some pain. We may not be able to pursue the pain by the grass, but J.C. Basu, Jagdish Chandra Basu measured that. He actually measured and he proved that the plants are feelings. If you want to see the plants are feeling or not, you can see some plants like touch me not. That is chui mui in Hindi they say. They have feelings. They actually close their leaves as soon as you touch them. Touch me not plants. So in the spiritual world, the person who's enjoying and the person who's being enjoyed, the person, there is no exploitation there. This material world is characterized by this is called the plane of exploitation. This material world is the place where one party is exploiting the other party. Ahastani sahastanam apadani chatushpatam falguni tatra mahatam jivo jivasya jivanam. Means those who have no legs. For example, grass has no legs. Then they are eaten by the four-legged animal like cows, buffaloes, goat, and yamas. And now Yama is actually an animal I saw in America first time. Now this particular animal Yama, they say spell it as double L-A-M-A, but actually they pronounce as Yama. So the Yamas, they remind me of a camel, goat, and sheep because they yield wool, so like sheep. They are shaped like camel, so reminds you of camel. And some goat characteristics also in there because their mouth is shaped like goat. And also they can climb the mountainarian territories, which are very steep and all. So carrying the luggage up the mountains and through valleys and mountains. So they have some characteristics of mules which are a cross between. So you see that Bhagwan's creation is like that. Bhagwan's creation is like that. He can do so many things. So anyways, one of the function of Bhagwan is Bhubharan. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamyam परित्राणाय साधुनाम विनाशाय च दुष्कृताम धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे. Where earth is burdened demons who are disguised like the kings, Bhagwan comes and removes the burden of the earth. So this is Bhubhar Haran. The earth can bear the weight of any number of devotees. Don't tell me that there is no enough food, so we will not procreate. This is not a very good logic. I would say that procreate as much as you like. There will be never shortage of food, provided only one condition, that you beget devotee children or you train them to be devotees. I guarantee you that there will be no shortage of food. This is what Swami Maharaj said. That's the thing. The earth can provide as much grains as possible for the devotees, but she is feeling the burden of the non-devotees. कथाओं का वर्णन कीजिए. Actually, there is one verse I read in Padma a long time ago. In that verse, one devotee is telling the earth that, "Oh Mother Earth, why you bear the weight of such non-devotees who are only come to the earth, they take birth from the womb of their mother, giving so much labor pain to their mothers and hardships, and simply perform sinful activities on the earth, and then they go to straight to hell, and again come from the hell, and again they commit sinful activities, again they go to hell. Why do you bother carrying the weight of even such non-devotees and sinners? Why don't you carry just devotees?" Some verse like that is there in Padma. I read. So the point I'm making is that the earth doesn't feel the burden of the devotees. Any amount of devotees. Yadavas were less. So many Yadavas were living in Dwarka. were they a burden on the earth? Never and never. Krishna himself had 16,100 wives. From each wife, he had 10 sons and 1 daughter. So 10 sons and 1 daughter means he had actually 11 children from each wife because he likes Ekadashi. Ekadashi is 11 days in the lunar cycle. Then from each son, again he had 10 sons like this. So you can imagine, and there were so many Yadavas who had so many wives and so many children. It was not at all a burden. Vrindavan itself, there were like Shatakoti Gopi, 1 billion gopis, I think. 1 billion gopis. But was it a burden? Not at all. They are devotees. They are devotees. Not only that, they are eternal associates of Bhagwan. So, अतः आप हमारे निकट भगवान के अवतारों की परम मंगलदायिनी कथाओं का वर्णन कीजिए. So please narrate to us the sweet pastimes of Bhagwan's incarnations, which are very auspicious. Now, this is a very nice verse. Vayam tu na vitrupyam uttama shloka vikrame yashunvatam rasa jnanam swadu swadu pade pade. रसिक श्रोता जब पुण्य कीर्ति विक्रम श्री कृष्ण के गुण और लीला कथा का वर्णन करते हैं तब उन्हें पद पद पर नए नए रस का आस्वाद मिलता है. So here the member of audience or listener is called Rasika. Rasika means he is called connoisseur of rasa. One who is the relisher of rasa. One who understands what rasa is. There are actually a lot of industries. For example, tea tasting industry, wine tasting industry. There, the tea testers is a very famous profession. They are paid handsomely. They have to simply taste the tea which is coming from different gardens. And they simply take a sip of the tea coming from this garden, that garden, and they see which tea is good quality. So then there is also wine tasting and all. So obviously we don't drink tea or wine. So like that, a relisher of Harikatha, one who is actually understanding different rasas, different mellows. That person, when he hears Sri Krishna's pastimes and qualities, then every sip of that mellow he gets greater and greater relish. For example, you take some rock candy and take some mango juice and mix milk in it and you stir it nicely and add little ice to it, something like that. So you drink that. It is very, very delicious, very tasty. I remember that I have done, that's called Amrakhanda. I have drunk 5, 6, even up to 10 glasses. Really love it. So Krishna's pastimes are even sweeter than these drinks which we can make in material man. Even more sweeter than sugar cane juice. Now, who can glorify the taste of sugar cane juice? If you get really high quality sugar cane juice with some ice in it and some ginger in it, really very healthy. Really very healthy and very relishable. But Sri Krishna's pastimes are even and sugar canes. इसलिए श्री कृष्ण की उन गुण लीला कथाओं का और अधिक आस्वादन प्राप्त करने की आशा से हमें तृप्ति नहीं हुई. But another thing about Krishna's pastimes, and this is what Narad Muni asked Sri Krishna. Once Krishna was satisfied with Narad Muni, and he told Narad Muni that, my dear Narad Muni, ask for 2 boons. Then one boon he asked to Sri Krishna that if anyone will hear your name, form, qualities and pastimes, they will never feel satisfaction. They will never feel that, oh, it's enough. Or they want more and more and more, once more. We want to hear more like this. And also, they want to, they find great relish in hearing Krishna's pastimes. Another boon Narad Muni asks is that if anyone will visit the pastime places of Sri Krishna in Vraj and roll in the dust of that those places in Vraj, will get Krishna prema. In material world also I have seen that however great singer that may be, even Lata Mangeshkar or Suman Kalyanpur or Kishore Kumar or Mohammad Rafi, or Bhimsen Doshi, you got Bharat Ratna. You hear their songs, and once you hear, twice you hear, thrice you hear, 10 times you hear. uh, but after hearing it 100 times or 200 times or 500 times, then you say enough is enough. And then that song will not be heard by people anymore. Then that song will be uh, not such, not people not be interested in that melodious song because it is a material song. But in our mat, we go to Rup Sanatan Gaudiya mat and Parmeshwari Prabhu and his brahmacharis, or here in our mat also, or in Anand Dham also, when Gopal Prabhu is singing. Every day he may be singing. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande Namami Nandanandanam Namami Nandanandanam Namami Nandanandanam Namami Nandanandanam. Or you can be hearing Munindra Vrindavandite Triloka Shokaharani Prasanna Bhaktra Pankaje Punya Bhuvilasina. Or Vijanikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Nija Nikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Vrishabhajanashanantaram Yatsva Goshti Ayase Vrishabha Shatro Masku Shantam Vadantam. So Radha Kundashtakam, Shama Kundashtakam. You sing unlimited times. Every day you may sing Nandana Ashtakam even 200 times. You will never feel lack of relish. You can try it. I know so many people are singing Hanuman Chalisa. Now this Didi, Vichitra Didi, who lives in a Gurudev disciple, she actually told me that Maharaj, I went to Loi Bazaar when he came and he snatched my Japamala. He didn't break my Japamala, but he tore my beads. He said, if you are going to Lucknow, you meet the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh and tell Mr. Yogi Adityanath that please control these monkeys, which are big menace. They're causing so much disturbance. Then I searched on internet about Yogi Adityanath and monkeys on Google. And then I found Yogi Adityanath in 2018, he told that treat monkeys with love and affection and recite Hanuman Chalisa. Now, to go through a small lane to Vichitraditi's house in Kishorpur, that small lane, and imagine there are 5 monkeys are sitting there on your way. They're well aiding you, and they can anytime jump on you and bite you and scratch you, and then you are in for injections. Uh, and what recourse I have? I have to go to her house, but 5 monkeys are sitting on the road. And especially the mothers who are always panicky with their little babies around. They're very protective of their babies. I had no recourse but to utter Hanuman Chalisa. I'm trying to be devotee of Krishna, not so much into Ram Bhakti, but I had no recourse to take shelter of Hanuman. And really, I was reciting Hanuman Chalisa and I safely went and safely came out. And monkeys didn't do me any harm. So it worked. Yogi Adityanath told me one day one particular monkey came and he sat in my lap. I offered him some bananas, then every day he used to come and he used to sit in my lap. But once my servant chastised him and then the monkey became angry. So everyone needs love. Monkeys also need love actually. But if you see Hanuman in them, or you see Angad in them, or Sugriv in them, then I think you are better off because you cannot kick out all the monkeys. They have been living here from time immemorial. Where will they go also? But you cannot also. So our only recourse is to see some semblance of Krishna's pastimes or Rama's pastimes. So now I see monkeys, then I look at them as team members of Hanuman. So that is better. That is giving me some love and affection for them, and also Hanuman also protects me. So I don't carry around a stick with me because that is an overkill. And actually, some people say that if monkey bites you or a dog bites you, then you certainly have to take 3 injections. That is also actually, some people say it's incorrect. Because only if the monkey is affected by rabies, or dog is affected by rabies, then only you are supposed to take injection. Otherwise, I think turmeric or some like I would say Lakshmi Taru powder or giloy or neem leaves also will do the work. They will perfect antibiotic, antiviral against monkey bite or dog bite. So, anyways, उन लीला कथाओं के श्रवण से हमारा कौतूहल और आग्रह बढ़ता ही जा रहा है. So the more we hear Krishna's pastimes, the more and more relish is coming. That is the nature of Krishna's pastimes. More we hear Krishna's pastimes, more relish. भगवान की श्याम सुंदर नित्य एवं अप्राकृत वस्तु होकर भी अपने मनुष्य रूप में आविर्भूत होते. So Bhagwan is eternal. He is a transcendental personality. He is Shama Sundar. Shama Sundar means generally the yardstick we have in this material world. Any person who is black is considered not so attractive. If anyone is fair, then that person is considered attractive. So like I have one sister who is little dark in color. Other sister is fair in color. Elder sister was fair in color. The elder sister got easily married. The second sister made little problems. Because that is the standard we are accepted for beauty. But can you imagine a personality who is black in color and very attractive? That is Shama Sundar. That is Shama Sundar. Means he is Shama. Generally we say that this is fair is attractive, black is not so attractive. That is our compromised standard of beauty. But Sri Krishna is a color of fresh flowing cloud and he is very charming. He is Sundar. His adjective is Sundar. So you see, he is completely transcendental. Means his black color is also completely transcendental. And he attracts the fairest girl in the world, Radharani. Can you imagine how beautiful he must be? She is so charming that she is molten gold. On that you take a slab of gold and then you apply some saffron crystals on it. Saffron. You rub saffron on it. That color is Radharani's color. So fair. But she is charmed by Sham Sundar. So suddenly Sham Sundar must be very charming. He appeared in the human form. That's why actually Krishna's pastimes are more charming than Narayan's pastimes. Because it is very difficult to relate with Narayan who has 4 hands. Like now there are interracial marriages going on. But previously they used to marry the same community, same race. Because anyone wants to have a life partner who looks like, talks like, walks like, and thinks like oneself, right? That is the mentality. So most of the marriages, they are like that. Obviously, there are some interracial marriage, intercaste marriage also. But it will be difficult for anyone to accept a lover who is 4-armed and the beloved is 2-armed. So that's why Krishna's form is human-like form, 2-armed form. That's why that is the beauty of Sri Krishna. Manushya Lingam. Manushya Chit Nilay Karte. And his pastimes are also like Lord Ram. Lord Ram's pastimes are full of human-like pastimes. But sometimes also he does superhuman pastimes. Sri Krishna also does superhuman pastimes. No wonder that he is doing pastimes like lifting Giriraj Govardhan. They are not human pastimes. They are superhuman pastimes. These are extraordinary pastimes. But Brajavasis are covered by Yoga Maya. They are not able to see the superhuman aspect of Sri Krishna's pastimes. They are always covered by Yoga Maya. So they feel that some power has entered Sri Krishna like Narayana, and then that power is causing peace. Krishna is not able to look Viraj. Narayana, our Shaligram Shila of Narayana is helping you. So Krishna's pastimes are human-like pastimes. जिन्हें देखकर प्रापंचिक लोग श्री कृष्ण को साधारण मनुष्य भांति समझते हैं. And that is how, if you see that movie Kerala story, I didn't see the movie but saw some highlights. And there was a group of Muslim scholars, and they were hired actually for this specific purpose of brainwashing innocent Indian girls, especially of Malayalam origin. And they were asking some questions. And if you see Zakir Naik, his way of logic, that he says that how can someone who has taken birth from the womb of a mother be God? So here Srila Gurudev is talking about such persons like Zakir Naik or Muslim scholars who are deluded by Krishna's illusory potency. They cannot understand that Krishna's pastimes are transcendental. Jarma karma cha ved divyam evam yam veti tatvata tattva deham punarjanma naiti mamiti sarjana. Krishna's pastimes are, although a human life, they are transcendental. If anyone will understand the secret behind Krishna's pastimes, he will never have to take birth. किंतु श्री कृष्ण अपने स्वरूप को छिपाकर श्री बलदेव प्रभु के साथ ऐसी आलोक लीलाओं का प्रदर्शन करते हैं जिन्हें मनुष्य नहीं कर सकता. Now can you imagine Sri Krishna and Balaram went to my state, Kolhapur, Karivir, and there they climbed the peak of Sahyadri mountain, which was 180 miles tall, and from there they jumped in the ocean, right? And they jumped in the ocean and they swam across the ocean all the way to Dwarka or something like this. Can anyone climb up a mountain? Forget about 180 miles tall mountain. Forget about it. Just try to jump, try to have a free fall from Everest, cliff of Everest, or some South African mountain. You'll be dead. But Krishna and Balaram, nothing happened to them. Nothing happened to them. Is it not extraordinary pastime? Try to hold 10 kilos of stone and walk for 7 days. Hold it. I challenge anyone. But no one can do so. Krishna lifted Giraj Govardhan, which was 7 crores in perimeter, for 7 days. Humongous mountain. He lifted on his left pinky. So you see that Krishna and Balaram's pastimes are completely transcendental. Can you take I challenge anyone just to take one canal, not a river. Take a canal and change the course of that canal single-handedly. I challenge even any big wrestler in India or Mr. India or anyone. But Balram was so strong that he, using his plow, he was willing to bifurcate Yamuna into small streams and cause Yamuna to vanish altogether, because he was angry with Yamuna because she was not coming closer to him for taking bath along with his consorts, gopis. So Balram wanted to drag the entire city of Hastinapur, Delhi, entire capital city of the Kurus, Kauravas, and throw it in the Yamuna so that it will flow all the way through the Yamuna stream to the ocean. Even Bhishma began to shake, the great warrior like Bhishma. Can anyone take a blade of grass and kill someone using blade of grass? And he killed Romarsana Sutta with simply blade of grass. So these pastimes of Sri Krishna are not human like that. They're superhuman pastimes, transcendental pastimes. They are not worldly pastimes. Human beings cannot imitate them. They cannot imitate them, they cannot emulate them. Understand? Not possible. They can only remember them. Imitation is also not possible, emulation is also not possible. अतएव आप परब्रह्म श्री कृष्ण की उन सब अलौकिक कथाओं का हमारे समक्ष वर्णन कीजिए. So now they are requesting that please discuss all those transcendental pastimes of Sri Krishna before us. If you want to study Sri Krishna, there are innumerable literature. Srimad Bhagavatam is one such literature, but there is also Gata Samhita. Obviously, Bhagavatam is the sweetest and the topmost. Vishnu Puran, Padma Puran, Skanda Puran, Markandeya Puran, Bhavishya Puran, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat. So many books are there which are about pastimes of Sri Krishna or Mahaprabhu or like that. So, Kalim Agatam Agyaya Kshetresvin Vaishnave Vayam Asina Dirgha Satrena Kathayam Sakshana Hari. कलयुग को आया जानकर हम इस पवित्र वैष्णव क्षेत्र नैमिषारण्य में दीर्घकालीन यज्ञ के उपलक्ष्य में आकर बैठे हुए. Now they are telling that we are seeing that Kalyug is coming. So we are sitting in this particular holy place, Vaishnav Kshetra Naimisharanya, and we want to perform a very long drawn fire sacrifice, maybe lasting for 100 years, 1000 years. अब हमें हरि कथा श्रवण करने का अवसर प्राप्त हुआ है. So they have been performing fire sacrifice for thousands of years, but now they got a chance. Their endeavor was not a wastage. They got Sukruti by performing fire sacrifices. All the demigods and Bhagwan were propitiated by their offerings. Bhagwan, when his heart melts, he sends high-class sadhu like Sutta Goswami. to narrate Harikatha to me. Understand? So now they have got public benefit of their fire sacrifice. So if you are coming to the first of Hinduism, but they will not speak Harikatha. It is also not. They should write here every time, all the times. And this, tonight I'll take a train at 12 o'clock to Lucknow, and tomorrow I hope if Shiva Dandi Maharaj is giving class, then no problem. Yes, and no harm, and then I will have a rest day tomorrow. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhu pradhanam pavane Vaishnava. Hare Krishna. Dandam.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavad Prams. Thank you so much. Maharaj, tomorrow I think Gurudev is coming. He said he was traveling, so the time might change.
Okay.
So I'm not sure, but I will let you know as soon as I also get to know. Maharaj, what page did you stop at today, please? Thank you.
Today was actually verse number.
Voice is not clear, Maharaj. Voice is not clear.
Sorry, Maharaj, you were saying?
Okay, 1 point.
Your signal is not. Sorry, Maharaj, please WhatsApp me. We cannot hear you. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Dandavad Prams, thank you for joining us today. We could not hear Maharaj at the end, so I will WhatsApp him and get back to you all with what page we're stopping. So we will not see you all tomorrow for Srimad Bhagavatam. We will see you all on Friday for Sri Chaitanya Charitam Lilamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam with Maharaj. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Dandavad. Shripad Bhaktivedanta Vishnu Daivata Maharaj ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa BV Vishnu
Guruve Gauri Chandraya Radhika Lalu Krishna Krishna Samasta Vaishnavam Nikija. It has gone.
Sorry, Maharaj, what page you were cutting off? We couldn't hear you.